Welcome to Shade and the City. I'm your girl Treese.
It's Nels.
And today we're here to do our recap of The Real Housewives of Dubai, Season 2, Episode 7, The Beauty and the Beggar. I was on my job today, y'all. So yeah, if you haven't already, all of our returning Shade Squad and our new viewers, please make sure that you hit the like button.
And that subscribe button.
And y'all, let's jump right into it because this was a hot ass mess, okay? But yeah. Let's get into it.
I was interested this episode. I was interested.
Yeah, no, it was very interesting. So yeah, let's get into it. Let's get shady, y'all. So we start off this episode. We see Ayan. She's getting her face beat in preparation for her, Ayan beauty show. Her sister Ifra and her brother Sadiq are also there. And Ifra even has on some of her lashes. I said, okay, girl, you better promote that. Now she also has Taj, her son, walking in the show. And she also lets us know that he has just landed his first fashion campaign for Burberry. I believe she said it was.
I out here working.
Okay, she said, I'm a hustler, homie, and so you
Basically.
All right. So, and then I love this gown that she had. Apparently, it was specially made by, I didn't get the designer's name.
I think that's, if I understood her right, she said Michael Cinco.
Oh, all I know is it came from Egypt, and it would look good. Okay,
they said it was a 7-foot train.
Yes, it looked very good. She did that. What did she say? She knew the assignment. Okay.
I mean, did we expect, like, this woman just never ceases to amaze me.
Well, I will say, and we can get into that, for it to be about a makeup line, I was kind of with the rest of the ladies, but to your point, knowing who Ayan is. So I thought it was going to be more focused on that, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. However, no, I didn't expect her to deliver any less. But she gave, again, she knew her assignment. And so then we see all the ladies, they begin to arrive, and Ayan is basically in the middle of the hallway having a little anxiety attack from all
That's literally what I said. I said she's having an anxiety attack.
Right. And just all the pressure of this launch. She has all these like publications and media there. So, if it doesn't go well, they will talk about her. So she, wants this to go off without a hitch. And then, Sarah arrives, and then Stansbury, who's visibly annoyed by her presence, because, Sarah took Brooks' side. Her guests are all.
She knew longer. We're closer.
I swear. Well, what do we say about this blind loyalty? I guess everybody expects it, not just Brooks. So yeah, all the guests are a little bit confused about whether this is a fashion show or whether this is for a beauty line, because they claim they don't see any makeup. And I love how Bravo.
I said Bravo, and Bravo made sure to point it out.
Right.
Look, they said on the people and the act.
Okay.
Bravo.
And so basically at this point, Lisa and Brooks still have not arrived. Lisa finally does show up before Ayan gets off the runway as she's coming down for the final, So that was kind of crazy. I was just like, I'm not gonna lie. I understand. We see Lisa.
I think it was kind of when she was leaving off the runway, not coming down. Like she was basically done. Ayan was basically done.
All I'm gonna say is, y'all know I love Lisa, and we've heard her talk about it last episode, how she's been dealing with a lot, and we hear her talking about it this episode, and she's, just got a lot on her plate. However, I think for such a big event as that, I can only speak for myself as a friend. I don't know what her and Rich's situation is as far as a nanny situation or whatever the case may be, if she even has one. But we obviously knew about this. This wasn't something that just, especially you who talk to her every day. I personally, and I think Ayan, took it very well, but I personally would have been hurt that you didn't make it a point to be there on time, if not early, to be there. You know what I mean? Be there for me. That's just me. Any thoughts on that, Nels?
Ditto.
Right.
I was because I kept on saying she's not there yet, and then it was the end of the show, and then you see her squeezing in trying to get to the front, like I was here.
Right.
No boo, you wasn't. But yes, I did. I lucky for her, Ayan is who she is, and she didn't have any hard feelings.
Right.
Just like
especially the way, and I mean, we'll get into that later in the episode as well. But especially if what Ayan says is true, how Lisa be acting, and you know, you got to be there for me, and I only want you to hang out with me, and you know, if you want that type of loyalty, then I'm gonna need the same in return, sis. That's all I'm gonna say.
You know, so I'm gonna give her a little grace because we do know that, you know, she's busy, she's overwhelmed. Yes. Me personally, I would have felt like this is just slightly shy of my wedding day.
Right.
Okay. And I would have expected you to be there right along next to Ephra. Early, helping me get ready, the lashes on, promoting, like if that's where we at, if you know what I mean, like that's what I would have expected.
I can't argue that. So then Brooks ends up showing up like backstage. I guess she tried to sneak in and make it seem like she was, you know, hey girl, I was just back here waiting.
I didn't even think that was backstage. It looked like she was crossing her path in the hallway
as she was coming back in.
Yes, as the show was over, Ayan's about to go change. Luckily, she got to see the damn outfit because the show, she missed the entire show. Because I was like, damn, at least the latest hair. Then you see Brooks come. I was like, Brooks, you even later.
Right. So then Ayan's like, okay,
and then
so why are you late?
The shade that she threw. I said, boo, first of all, you better get this girl her credit. Give her flowers. You ain't even show up with no flowers, then you was late.
Yeah, she tells her she was stuck in traffic. And, you know, then she brought her friend, Mai. And Stansbury is, you know, basically says since Brooks doesn't have Taleen now, she has to drag around a rental friend. And I said,
a rental friend.
And no shade, the fact that she showed up with somebody different at every event this episode.
Is it giving renter friend trees? Is that what you're saying? Is it giving renter
friend? I was like, you don't have one consistent other person that you hang out with outside of like your nail tech?
Let me ask you this, because I know you're gonna know. So remember when she was up on stage, when Ayan was up on stage, and she was doing her speech, was that her husband that she like got excited and, or even that she ran up to? Because so I didn't remember seeing her husband, but then I thought about it.
No, her husband was that when she made the speech, it was
was he the one in all white?
Yes, it was her husband next to her, and then she called Ephra and Sadiqa.
Okay.
And Taj, she didn't know where Taj was. Taj had dipped.
Taj was like, I'm out here getting these models.
Look, no, he said, this was a job and I did
it. It's time to fraternize now.
Right.
He now that he's older, I was like, damn, he look grown. It ain't been that long. But you see, he looks like Ayan.
Yeah,
just lighter. Jesus. Okay, so then everybody sits down. And Taleen's husband was catching up with Brooks. Taleen thought it was super awkward. Okay, she's like, this is weird. Okay, you won't talk to me, but you're gonna sit here and talk to my husband. Okay. Taleen said that she's been trying to talk.
And they were talking over her, so it was awkward.
Taleen said that she's been trying to talk to Brooks, but she keeps on getting these like cold, short responses. But really, she just wants to move forward. Now, Ayan, okay, in Ayan true fashion, she pops out and debuted her bald, bejeweled head. Okay, to everyone.
Which I loved. I thought it looked so good.
It was beautiful. And you know what? So when they were doing her hair, doing like, I guess doing the jewels on it backstage, I thought that was how she was going to come out.
Right.
But I'm not surprised. She likes the shock factor. Okay. So, Ayan thanked everyone for showing up and said, she forgives all of those that were late. Mm-hmm. Extremely. I would have said that missed the show. Because you were more than late. Y'all.
She was very gracious. That's all I'm going to say.
She was. Then Sergio pulled Sarah to the side and, discussed like the awkwardness. She said it's definitely not coming from her. And said, Caroline did come by her house and apologize, but, she don't think things really back the way they used to be and really don't know if it's going to be. Okay. Now Brooks told Taleen that she heard her voice notes and she acknowledged her feelings and apologized if she hurt her. Brooks let the group know that she apologized for saying certain mean things. Now, I don't know if Taleen didn't catch that. Carolina, I don't know. Anyways, what you want to say?
Can I? Well, go ahead, and then I'll say my statement.
So Ayan introduced her brother and sister to everyone. Of course, Stansbury is trying to figure out if she's older or younger. And this is the older sister, and she's 45. So she really want to know how old she's like. So she pressing her? So how old is Ayan?
But didn't she hear that she was the oldest sister? She's the oldest.
That Ifra is.
Right.
Yeah.
So if Ifra is 45, you're still older than her, Caroline.
How old is Caroline?
47. She said it at the dinner. I'm going to be 47 this year. So that's why I was like, at that point, you should have just piped down, like Lisa said, because at the end of the day, Ayan's still younger than you. Just saying.
And on that note.
So as far as this whole apology situation goes, I feel as if, one, it was a fake apology. Mm-hmm. I can understand where Taleen was coming from. I think she thought in that moment that Brooks was being genuine with her. So I think it was easy to look past like some or certain mean things that I said or little shady comments, because again, Taleen has been the one reaching out to her, trying to make things better, make things good. And now you finally get a chance, or she finally comes up and says, hey, I want to say I'm sick. And you just want things to be good again. So I could see how that she could overlook that, because she just wants them to be in a better space or back where they were. And I think, again, when we saw Brooks get up from that table when they left dinner, I think I said it, they were never going to be good again. I saw that in Brooks' face. She was good.
Did you see when she looked at the camera when she got up? She was like,
that's what I'm saying.
I think she apologized.
That she made a comment like that.
I think she apologized because keep in mind, she apologized in front of everyone. If she wanted to give a genuine apology, she could have just called her after she got the voice notes, whatever. She wanted to do it in front of everyone. And she wanted to make it known. She wanted to make it known that she apologized, and she wanted to give the reason why she apologized. She wanted to say that she apologized for calling her a beggar.
See, this is my opinion, I kind of disagree on that. Mm-hmm. I think where the scene went left is Brooks gave her half-ass fake apology, whatever it was. Taleen then decides to announce to the group, oh, she gave me an apology. It must be, hell must have frozen. No, she was doing too much. And I think Brooks was like, okay, bitch, that's what you want to do? I got you. Yeah, I apologize. I think that's how that scene went, because I saw it in Brooks' face when she decided to get all excited and announce that to everybody. Because remember, they were having all the girls were kind of looking at them like, what's going on or whatever, but they were having their sidebar. Mm-hmm. So Taleen could have just said the same way she did with Stansbury, oh, we just had some things to work out, or we had some things to discuss and we're good now. That's not what she decided to do. She wanted to let all the ladies know that, yes, I got an apology from Brooks. That's what that is about.
Okay.
And I think that's when Brooks was like, I got you, bitch. I got you.
Well, let me tell you what I apologize for.
Right.
So Ayan asked Sarah what is going on with the giraffe boy. You know who that is. Fine ass, okay. And she said, he's good. He's back in Germany, and she does plan to introduce him to her family soon. Ion, wants to thank everybody for supporting her and her beauty line. She said the next step is to get her products in the stores and on the website. And everybody is giving Ion her props except for Brooks. She gave all the credit to somebody named Tony Moe. She was like, yes,
Who's
Tony
the
Moe
person that helped her create Ion Beauty. But I just
if that's the case, I mean, hello, that's like all celebrities. Like that's like
no, because you know what? And the only reason I didn't like that is because what if someone, and y'all know I'm Brooks favorable over
gave
here.
all the credit to her
ex-husband. What if somebody said, "Oh, well, the glass house is Zoran because he paid for everything. He did all that."
That's what I'm saying.
So
like,
even if he didn't pay for everything, the fact that he helped her out so much, and she can admit that, if someone were to throw that back in her face, she would feel away. So I just didn't. I thought that was a little distasteful.
I like Ion, so yeah, I was like, oh,
right. So then so then Brooke meets up with Sarah and Lisa for lunch. This is when it get real messy. Lisa says that she was really annoyed with Sarah in the desert, but since Sarah says she didn't mean what she said, she's gonna take her word for it. Brooke said that she thinks that their friendships are blossoming and talks about restarting friendships. Sarah points out that, that's how you realize who your friends really are. And she mentions that she's not really sure about her friendship with Stansbury anymore. And Brooks calls Stansbury narcissistic. Okay. Now, Sarah said that, she was surprised that she and Brooks even got an invitation to Stansbury's housewarming party. And of course, Bravo runs it back, and we see, Stansbury announcing that she's hosting a gathering at her home. Brooks says she does plan to attend, but isn't sure what to get her. And then Lisa brings up her and Taleen making up, and, what did she apologize for if she didn't do anything wrong. And she said, I apologize because Taleen held herself accountable. Now, we never got what Taleen held herself accountable for, I don't think. But she says that she apologized for calling Taleen a beggar because, it hurt her feelings. She reveals that Taleen begged her to be a part of her friend group and basically just wanted to be on the show. Lisa asked if they're good, and she says, oh, please. Again, like I told y'all, I thought when she was done. It's been many, even in the desert, we saw she was done. She is good off Taleen. And so basically Brooks feels like, she was defending her so bad, that basically her and Stansbury aren't speaking, and now seeing her get closer to Stansbury is bothering her. And, calls Taleen, she basically says Taleen is a hot ass mess. So I was like, well.
On to a lighter note.
Right. This was cute.
Ion set up a picnic for her brother and sister at the beach, where she said she cooked everything. All the fruit that she got from the grocery store.
Right.
When you go to the grocery store and get stuff, that means you cooked it.
Mm-hmm.
I like your thinking. Okay.
I know.
So then, they reminisce.
I love seeing Ion be domesticated and doing stuff. Even then, I don't think we saw her.
Poor baby, she just don't know how. She got this wagon pulling it on the beach.
Right. And if I'm not mistaken, we again finally didn't see her in a ball gown.
What shoes did she have on though? Were they beach appropriate?
No, they weren't beach appropriate shoes. But again, she didn't have on a gown, so she's coming along.
Yeah. I guess she feel like she's like, I'm with my brother and sister. I don't, I can tone it down a little bit, but when I'm with y'all bitches, I got to show y'all up. Okay.
Right.
So they reminisce on how Ion used to hustle, okay, and she used to sell stuff, and come back with money. She said when she was young, her mom used to be sick all the time, so she used to go out, hustle, and basically she would do anything for her family. Then she says, she wants to use her beauty line to bring awareness to her community and to stop FGM. Mm-hmm. Is it FGM? Mm-hmm. Okay. She says she went through a lot of hell for coming out about it. And for a while, she didn't even want to talk about it anymore. But then she felt that she needed to. She said, you know, she was dealing with a lot. When she was a little girl, she basically was out on the ground. Her wounds were not tended to. She wasn't tended to. And she felt like she was almost unalive, basically, dealing with this. So she said that she feels like she needs to bring awareness to it. She needs to talk about it. And that's what she gonna do. Okay. Her and her sister are discussing how proud they are of themselves because they're amazing parents. And their next generation won't have to go through what they went through, and they are the one, and it's because they made the change. It was a really nice movie.
It was a cute, heartfelt scene.
It was.
So Lisa and Rich, they go to dinner, and you know, I love how she was ordering for her and Rich. I said, oh, okay.
He said,
he said, I trust you.
He said, if you get it right, she said, I always get it right. I said, I know that's right. Like, she said, are you feeling steaky today? He's like, I'm all okay. The Wagyu, please. I
loved it. So she does admit that there was a time that her and Rich were growing apart after she had Max. So they made a commitment that even with him traveling, he has to come back at least, I guess, once a week or something like that for date, or make it back in time for date night. So, you know, they're talking about each other's day and, you know, and them being so busy. And he's like, well, mine was pretty cool. And then she's like, well, did you get a pedicure? And he's like, no, not today. And then she brings up how he gets more pedicures than she does. And, you know, basically she doesn't really have the time. And he's like, well, and this is one thing where he was like, well, I know how to manage my time well. And I said, oh, brother.
Wrong road. She said, so are you saying I don't?
Right.
Ooh, don't do it.
Right. And so basically he's like, no. You know, I know your schedule's busier. You got a lot going on. And, you know, she's like, basically, I make our kids a priority. So, yeah, I ain't got time for pedicures. And basically Lisa opens up to him about, you know, feeling super overwhelmed lately. And she feels like, although she doesn't have to work, you know, she obviously wants to have her own and also wants to be a great wife and a great mom. And then he basically reassures her that she is all of that, which makes her a little bit emotional. And he basically asks her how he can help out. So she basically is like, I need you to help out with these kids, okay? Especially this football that's 5 days a week. I need you to help out with this. And not just a week.
He said, just let me know and I'll put it in my, he said schedule.
Right. But no, he did say he would make time to help her out if she let him know in advance. And so, you know, basically they ended that. And then he offers her emotional support and offers to buy her Hermes bag. And I said, well, what a man, what a man, what a man.
An emotional support Hermes bag. Look, she bet her eyes and gave him a big old smile and said, now you're talking my language.
Oh, you know, look, she won't too tired that night. I'm pretty sure.
I said, look. It's okay. Well deserved. Okay. Right. So then Lisa and Ion met up. She, you know, gave Ion an update that she spoke with Rich, and basically he's already on top of it. He woke up like, what can I do for you? What do you need? Da-da-da. I was like, see this.
A man that listens.
I was just about to say, this is what happens when you got a man that listens. Okay, we got a man that listens. Then Taleen and Stansbury show up. Everybody gave Ion her props on her beauty line. Okay. She said, you know, it was hard work. Hard work really pays off, but she ain't cut out for no damn hard work. Ion is just so funny to me.
She is. She was like, I'm too cute for this.
Right. Lisa said that she met up with Brooks and Sarah and, you know, telling them how basically she's been overwhelmed. They've all been talking about how they've been overwhelmed. And, you know, they need to get away and decided they need to go to Bali.
I love this. I'm
ready for this trip. I'm not even going. And I just want to see. I just want to see what they get into. Okay.
It's about time Bravo got a better budget for these housewives.
It is Dubai.
It is Dubai.
She said the theme is eat, pray, party.
I love the theme.
I love it. Lisa is in charge of the food. Sarah is in charge of praying, of course, and Brooks is in charge of the party. It sounds so right. It sounds so perfect. This sounds like a recipe for amazingness. But the guest list is probably a recipe for disaster.
Right. I love when Taleen was messing. She was like, "So if Brooks is in charge of the party, that means we're gonna be asleep." And I said, "Oh, don't do Brooks like that."
She gonna party first. She gonna party first and then be sleep because alcohol make you sleepy. Make you sleepy. So Taleen said that she can't believe that she got an apology from Brooks. Lisa,
see what I'm saying? See what I'm saying again?
Lisa, little messy boots. Okay.
And I'm gonna give Lisa again. Taleen proves my point again. She went up there on her pet. I can't believe that and I don't think
but it was already said at this point, so it don't make a difference.
I know, but I don't think Lisa was being messy. I don't think Lisa was being messy because she was under the impression.
No, Brooks definitely did, because when Taleen said, "And you're the one that told me," look, Brooks said, like what you told her? Yes, she would. Yes, she would.
I guess I feel like at the end of the day, she was communicating.
What she should have said was, if she didn't want to be messy, she should have asked her, "What do you feel she was apologizing for?"
I guess.
So, like I said, Lisa, little messy boots, okay, she asked Brooks why she needed to apologize. Because Brooks was talking about she didn't do nothing wrong. So she's like, "What the hell you apologize for then?" Okay, and Brooks told her apparently she called Taleen a beggar. And that's because she is. Brooks, baby. Brooks ain't nothing to play with. She ain't nothing nice, okay? Taleen said, first of all, Taleen's face, the jaw hit the floor, okay? Jaw hit the floor. Like, what? Taleen said, why would she need to beg her for anything? She thought Brooks was apologizing for her reaction from the conversation and, the way,
how
Brooks
things went down.
Exactly. Lisa is super confused at this point because she said Taleen genuinely seems like this is the first time she's hearing this. Okay. But according to Brooks, that's why she apologized. Okay.
Again, I didn't think she was being messy, but y'all can disagree with me in the comments.
I ain't in the comments and I disagree.
I'm just saying.
I disagree. Shoot, look, she said, yeah, she apologized, but it's because she called you a beggar. She said, yeah, she's sorry she called you one, but you're a beggar.
You're terrible. Don't do my girl like this. So then we see basically Sergio and Stansbury, they getting ready for the big housewarming. She basically is telling him about the conversation with Yasmin and how she agrees that there may be some miscommunications that they're having between the two. Sergio makes it clear that he'll do anything for her. And he just wants to be respected, but is not trying to be her father. And Stansbury says she's proud of how, Sergio has stepped into his stepfather role, and says if it was vice versa, she definitely wouldn't have done it. Yeah. And then, so then we see the people start to arrive at Stansbury's house. Sarah gets there first, followed by Taleen and Rafi. Ayan arrives with her brother Sadiq. Brooks arrives with Sage in hand. And Stansbury knows that she's trying to get a rise out of her, but she's like, I'm not going to let her ruin my dinner. And she was probably counting to 10, like doing all the things. Now, Brooks says since her and Stansbury have had such a rocky year that she just wanted to bless her home. So Stansbury then addresses Brooks on her uninvited plus one, Raina, who apparently is there from Jordan.
Is this nail tech?
Yes. Stansbury is pissed that she brought her nail tech along to a seated dinner, and basically because every person has their own plate. Yeah, that was super rude.
She said she don't have no food for her, don't have no seat for her, and Brooks is like, "Oh girl, don't worry about it." And then I would have felt like crap, like having this woman at my house, and what we're gonna do? Tell you go sit on the couch? Well, no, not the $50,000. Go tell you go stand in the kitchen with you,
right? So she lets her know that basically, look, you can't be doing that no more, because that's the reason Saba's not here, is because of So you can't just be bringing friends that ain't even a friend of the show, even though I don't care for Cyber either. She then takes the stage from Brooks, and then Taleen comes over to greet Brooks, and but basically says she has no intention of speaking to her, for the rest of the night. So she thought they were good, and at this point now she's just pissed. So Lisa finally arrives without Rich. Brooks reveals that apparently Michael allegedly pays for all of Stansbury's bills.
That confused me.
And apparently Ion chimes in and says the same exact thing. She said that,
but apparently, and he's the one that said it. Apparently he get drunk and get to talking. I'm confused, but why?
Maybe she can't have it in her name. Maybe I don't know.
No, having it in not having it in your name and somebody paying your bills is totally different. That means it's just in their name, but you still paying your bills.
I don't know. I didn't think about that. I thought maybe it was just some stuff. It was in his name, but she pays for it.
That ain't what it sounds like to me. And Michael's the one that she was just living with, ain't it?
Right. Well, then the subject of a baby comes up, and Stansbury basically admits that she don't know if she got the patience for another child, because she don't even know if she got the patience for Sergio, for real. And so, yes, she did.
At the table? Mm-hmm. Oh, I missed that.
Yeah. Rafi brings up the ladies going to Bali, and then the girls are all talking about how excited they are. But as they're talking about each girl's duty, no one's talking about the praying. So basically Sarah's like, oh, because some of y'all need an exorcism. She didn't say it right.
But yeah, because Stansbury said, who wants to go on vacation to pray?
Oh, I didn't catch that part.
Yeah. So she said some people don't want to pray because they need an exorcism. I think it was Ion that basically said, girl, if you're gonna stay, put a name on it.
Right.
Put a name on it.
Yeah, I did hear Ion say that.
She said, they say our light bothers those that are in the dark. I said what I said. I saw. Sarah, where have you been, girl? Where have you been?
I mean, outside, I know a lot of people feel like she pushes things on him, but I've always kind of because she's a nice nasty. She's not too problematic, but when she wants to be nasty, she can be nasty.
I think I just never really seen her be,
because she's always praying and being spiritual, and
she said, I saw Sarah, and then followed up with, I said what I said. I said, yes, you did.
She said, I'm standing on business. So then Rafi brings up how he gets a little worried when Stansbury and Taleen be hanging out, because they just be all over the place. He don't know what time they coming home in the morning, and obviously this makes Brooks start to
in her feelings. She was in her feelings, boy.
So she started talking about how she's so fake, and she'll throw a drink in her face, and talks about how her jaw's not moving. That's why when you said her jaw fell to the floor, I said, did it really? And then basically, I guess Lisa starts to notice so first she's like, oh, Sarah, you're too far. Come. And so then, of course, she's like, Brooks, come over to our end of the table.
No, that ain't what she said. She said move down one. She told Brooks to move down one. Brooks said, oh, I'm coming, because if she would have moved down one, she would have been next to Taleen. Oh. She got up and walked down. I said, ooh, you're shady. She said, I ain't sitting next to you, bitch. I ain't sitting next to you, bitch. But then went and talked to Lisa, whispering about everything that she said. But it was like she wanted Taleen to hear, because
she had to, because that wasn't whispering.
It was.
Brooks, and that's what honestly, that's what I think that's
she did that on purpose, though. I think she did it on purpose.
But I think that's what irritated me more, even about the whole fake situation. I could have appreciated Brooks more if she just would have stood on business and said, yeah, I'm talking about you. I called you fake. But
she didn't say I'm not talking about you. She said, I'm not talking to you.
Right. But
she kept on saying, I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to you. And Taleen was like, oh, so you're not talking about me? But that's not what she said. What she said was, I'm not talking to you.
I can't with these word games. Okay.
Look, my little drunk ass would have been at the table like.
You knew what you was trying to say. Ain't nobody got time.
Look, just don't break nothing. You know, all that stuff in here is expensive. But entertained I am.
I'm like Stansbury. If y'all mess up this nice ass house that Michael's paying for, bitch.
He gonna have my head.
Because we know Sergio ain't got it.
And I thought Stansbury had it. Apparently we was wrong. All right, so then Taleen pulls Stansbury to the side and explains why she's so upset, but said, you know, she's not gonna address it here in her home because, you know, she don't want disrespect. She don't want to do that. Ion went to go check on him and find out what was going on. When she found out, she was like, yeah, so I'm out of here.
It's time to go. Yeah.
I'm about to go home and go to bed. Yeah, have a good night. Ion was like, yeah, I'm not about to get in the middle of this drama. But in a confessional, Ion basically said that she completely understands why Brooks is pissed off at Taleen. Boo, I brought you into this friend group, and soon as you get the chance, you flip. I said, oh, okay. All right. I was like, I'm not giving you my energy. I have nothing to say on this matter. I'm going.
Right. She's like, Lisa will tell me what happened when she gets home.
Exactly. Now, Lisa, Miss Messy Boots. On the other hand.
I mean, and at that particular point, one, she was late. Two, so it was no point in her leaving early. Two, at that point, if they start going at it and your name comes up.
No. I don't mean her leaving early. I mean, Ion is leaving because she don't want to be in the mix. Lisa is dead ass in the middle of the mix.
Oh, well, and I'm saying she should be because her name, because she's obviously in the middle because she's the one that told, like, so her name's going to come up. So she absolutely should be there to address it.
It's going to. It's going to. It hasn't yet. I mean, really, this could have stayed between Stansbury, Taleen, and Brooks because that's who pulled her to the side. Lisa ain't had to be in the middle of this, but she wanted to be. Okay, so Lisa basically, you know, she's in the middle of the mix. She says she wants to address it because she doesn't want to go to Bali with this drama. Stansbury said the reason why Taleen was so upset is because Brooks was saying that she was fake. Brooks said that she wasn't talking to her. If she wanted to address her, she would have addressed her. Okay, and Taleen said, oh, okay, so you were just like, you know, talking to the air. And Lisa is like, girl, like, you got an apology. Like, and Taleen was like, okay, and you were the one that basically told me it wasn't a real apology because she called me a beggar. It's heating up. Lisa said, look, and now she's explaining to Brooks because Brooks is looking at her like, girl, we had our own private conversation. Why you telling this girl our business? Why are you being messy? Lisa said, you know, I asked, what was she begging for? And Brooks basically answered everything. You know, her answer was everything. She said that she was giving a real vague answer. And Taleen's husband was like, yeah, clear it up, clean it up, correct yourself. I don't know. He was giving different type of, when he was, look, it was giving correct yourself.
Okay.
It up.
Look, he said, we done built half of Dubai. She don't need beg for nothing around here.
I don't know, the energy was different. He was giving a different type of energy. Taleen told her, you know, shame on her. Basically, she's not about to do this in Caroline and Sergio's home. And then told her she's an alcoholic and needs to put the drink and needs to drop her drink. Okay. What you don't do is call Brooks alcoholic because you're gonna start some problems.
Right.
You know that from last season, okay? Then, while Taleen's husband was trying to calm her down, Brooks came out there and told her she needed to stop drinking because she's slurring. Her husband said, girl, you do a lot of that all the time. We all do, okay? It said, so what you call Brooks was like, this is what you want to do? This is what we do? He was like, well, you're not about to just throw my wife under the bus. Taleen said, are you challenging my husband? I said, Oh my God. You know, I had to get the details. Okay. I was just like, oh my God. Okay. Then Brooke said, is your husband challenging me? She said, my husband's sticking up for me. Where your husband at? How much? And really, I don't know what Brooke said after that, because it started getting louder and elevated. And, you know, then it wasn't so clear no more. Okay.
And then Sergio trying to run out there. He's like, I don't like this. I don't like this. Caroline said, you better sit your ass down.
Lisa jumped in the middle and told him not to get involved in women's business. And he said, I don't give a F about these cameras. Lisa said, yeah, what you not about to do is starting no woman. That's what we not about to do. Okay. And Stansbury is just sitting over there trying to woosah, hoping don't nobody mess up her $50,000 couch. Okay. Then she got up, told everybody get the F out. Okay, time to go home. The party is over. Right outside this woman's house. She ain't even been there for what, 2 weeks, a week? Okay.
Maybe if that.
Right outside. She said she ain't trying to get no police involved. She ain't trying to get she don't want to be the rowdy neighbor. Unfortunately, you invited the wrong people. Okay, because that's what's happening right now. Brooks is outside screaming at Rafi, which apparently she can get arrested for in Dubai. Brooks once again told her she was a beggar. Okay, she said she got the receipts. And then Taleen was like, girl, how am I a beggar? You the beggar, boo. You was wearing all my fits, all my entire wardrobe last season. I thought, girl, show us the receipts. Show us what outfit she was wearing. This is getting bad.
Clearly Nels ate this.
Girl, I did. It was hot. Well,
anyway, I'm going to say that I think I agree with Lisa. Although I see what Rafi was doing, no other men were involved, and I absolutely think you should have stayed in a husband's place and let these women go at it. He should have stayed in a husband's place and minded his business.
Oh no, he had to let him know. Listen, my wife ain't got a bag for nothing. He said, "Clean it up, boo. Get it right. Get it tight."
Granted, and he said that, but I think when he started, when they was getting in each other's face and it was about to turn into something else, that's when I feel like he should be like, all right, Taleen, let's go, or you just need to fall back. But you actually getting into it with her, like you're trying to get a peach. It's giving real Peter Thomas vibes. I wasn't feeling. I think he should have felt that.
At least you gave him Peter Thomas.
I'm just saying.
I'd have gave him somebody that already got a peach.
But you stupid. Thank y'all so much for tuning in to this recap of the Real Housewives of Dubai, Season 2, Episode 7. Let's drop down in the comments and let us know what you think for real about this episode. If you haven't already, please make sure you hit that like button.
Make sure you comment.
Make sure you subscribe.
And hit the notification bell.
And make sure you're following us on all the platforms, the TikTok, the Twitter, the Facebook, and the IG. And yeah, y'all, we will catch you next week for another recap of the Real Housewives of Dubai. Have a good night.
Good night.
Bye-bye.